Peace, love, positivity. Protect your energy. If you haven't heard it today, baby, I love you. Welcome to the Peace House. I am your host, Nene. Happy Thursday. Okay, I was a little off. Sorry. Um, so this week the topics for me is it's gonna be very interesting. It might rumble a few feathers, but part of healing is being uncomfortable with self. Okay. Um, Let me take a drink of this water. I got some sparkling water. Sparkling water is my pop. Stay away from that damn pop. That's spicy. Shout out to production, Big God. Sun shining on me. Let it slap the forehead. I'm happy to be back outside. Had a storm yesterday. It was very crazy. Um, yeah, almost got a lawsuit. Okay, I don't know how you sue the weather, but yeah, Mother Nature almost got that lawsuit. So, what was it? The previous episode, I spoke about, you know, intuition, not intuition. That's gonna be a next topic for another week. But the influence and manipulation that can happen. Excuse me. That can happen over time, and just being around certain environments and becoming a product of your environment by being influenced by those who haven't had a chance to heal and outgrow some of their own wounds. So it's natural to project what you going through or what you have went through onto someone else if you haven't had that space to heal. And just being manipulated in certain places and things. But this episode, it actually is. I got this from that episode, so I'm going to be talking about it. If you see me looking over, I'm looking at the laptop. I'm looking at the notes. That's what I do now. I make the notes and you know, just put a little to keep me on track with certain stuff. Um, but psychological manipulation and gaslighting. I know it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. But it's something that happens. It is very present. It has been a part of the past, and I'm trying to make a way. Not even just me, but a lot of the collective. We're trying to make a way where we can eliminate that in the upcoming future, and so on. So, definitely with psychological manipulation, it's a it's a way of using reverse psychology on people, you know, gaslighting them and to get over. But speaking on that, just tapping into the self love, we tend to gaslight ourselves too. We got to take accountability. So, some people do will try to gaslight in part, but it is very frequent that we can gaslight ourselves and before someone else begins to use their own gaslighting strategies. What's that book they got? 42 laws of power, something like that. Some powers, 48 laws of something. And I never read the book just by just seeing people and how they would use it in their own context. I'm like, okay, fuck no, we're not doing that. No, man, come on. I still got my lip chapped. So excuse me for licking my lips. I'm not LL Cool J. I mean, and ladies love Cool Gene. I mean, Gene is a whole different subject. But you gotta know me to understand where the gene come from. Okay, but yeah, the gaslighting and manipulating somebody, it can be used. Like I said, we use it on ourselves and we gaslight ourselves. And yeah, I can do this and do that, and you jump into doing something that's totally off track because you're not sitting back taking the time to process with having patience with things, and you making yourself feel like I'm able to do this, and you're not really thinking at first, and you psyching yourself out of doing something that can eventually put you in a bad spot. Listen, if you go watch the accountability phase in my earlier videos, I spoke about me not having patience and me being just basically gaslight myself to do stupid shit and not sitting back and thinking about things and processing things and going to God about it. You know, we so quick and tempted to do things with our own free will and not actually asking God, yo, yeah, you know, big man, is this the time to do this? You know, is it time to do that? Am I stepping out on faith or am I stepping out on my own manipulation? So it can really get like that. But you just gotta watch that, and definitely you have to practice patience with yourself because we can't put ourselves in situations just by a mere thought of, hey, let me do this. Let me jump head in first and not really sit back with it and think about stuff. I'm a heavy person on that. Thank God we got through that. Yeah, that wind is going crazy. That wind is going crazy. You know? And it really can get to a point where when you know something wrong, you can gaslight yourself into thinking it's right. For example, if you in a relationship and you know you got proof and everything else that something is going wrong between the sheets in your home. Let me start referencing that song. God dang it. But you know, you got the proof. You done had premonitions and everything. You gaslighting yourself in a, oh yeah, nah, I'm tripping, nah. That ain't it. You know? It's like, why are you doing that? Again, it's something that's either you adapt it to somebody doing the gaslighting or the psychological manipulation on you, or it's something you learn throughout, you know, life of people doing that. Like I said before, I never knew what gaslighting was until I got on social media. I'm like, what the fuck is gaslighting? I've never heard of that word. That's crazy. But I'm like, I never heard of that word. What is this? So yeah, did some research and I'm like, these motherfuckers been gaslighting me. Nobody ever told me this word. I never knew this. So, you know, but when I put down here, I said, you know, someone will try to gaslight this again with someone else try to do it. They'll try to make you think what you already know is right is wrong. Like, what? No, that ain't right. You know damn well I wouldn't do that, or you know damn well that ain't happen. And you know it happened, then you gotta sit there and you start questioning yourself like, well damn, did it happen? Well shit, maybe I'm tripping. Let me go back. Maybe I'm tripping. It's taking me 85 million seconds just not to run into the crib and get the lip chat. But you know, that is a part of gaslighting that got me the most because it'll be some shit that'll happen in my life due to somebody else's hands and I'm just, oh shit, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe yeah, maybe that was just a dream. Cause it had got to the point where it ties into spiritual warfare too, but that's for another day, another conversation. But it had really had me in a point where I'm thinking, second guessing myself basically in my own thoughts, in my own knowledge of what I know. I'm like, okay, well then. So when I get in the hermit mode and I get back, you know, getting myself into self love, and I have to sit back and strengthen my own you know, my own powerful thoughts because our thoughts are very powerful. And I'm like, okay, I wasn't tripping. I was right. So when you see somebody gaslighting you, or you know, it comes it comes to you face to face, you have to have discernment and know when to really clock that shit. I like the, I don't know who came up with it, but I love when the young people say clock it. Clock, you know, clock that T, clock that light. Quit playing with me. But you know, it's it's really, you have to know. You have to know what you your whole life. You have to know your experience. When I say no, I want the emphasis to be on KNOW. You actually have to know. Because if you don't know your own life, your own story, your own book, of course someone can easily come in and manipulate your mind and manipulate your thoughts, manipulate. They can they can manipulate you in such a way that you really would turn your truths into falses. You would turn your rights into wrongs, and then you would be on the other side of the coin, and you thinking, well, yeah, maybe I was wrong, or maybe I did do that wrong. And it is really throwing your thoughts, your mind, and your whole reality off of what you know to be true has now became false in your own story. You know, and it will get to a point where people or whoever, it could be jobs, it could be anything. It's not a specific thing. You know your life better than I do, but they will listen to you and not acknowledge you. The thing is, if you speaking to someone, make sure they hear you. Make sure they're comprehending with you. And if they can't comprehend with you, have grace for them, have patience. But it's the difference between listening and hearing. When you listening to me, you listening to the words. You listening to the voice, the tone, everything. But are you actually hearing what I'm saying? Is that touching your soul? Is it, you feel me? Are we at the same understanding? That's really what it is. And it can be, well, they can make it, they can dismiss everything you say, and it be a little 1-2 punchline joke with it, and it's like, no, I said what I said, and this is what I mean what you say, and stand on what you believe. Because a manipulator, or someone who's very manipulative, can flip your damn world upside down, and you just, fuck, you're good at this. But yeah, and they would start to uh project on and blame you for things that they've done to you, and you like, wait, that I didn't do that. And then that's when the light clicked. The light, like, bing. Hold on. Are you trying to gaslight me? It's funny, but it's not. It's not funny. No, it's not. So, know your story. Know your life. Be accountable to everything. Okay? And don't let someone have that leverage over you where they can easily come in and access your mind and pick at power on the P is crazy. And they can pick at different things that you know to be true, and they just want to see if they can get, I see so many birds, it's crazy, but they can get over on that. I'm someone, again, I can, speaking about things that I've healed from, that I've experienced. um I've been gaslighted heavily, very heavily in my life. And big man, it took a minute to get to the point where I can speak on things more openly and public pub publicly. Almost got messed up. The wind threw me off. You see the trees back there moving. But yeah, I had to it took me a minute, but I'm very thankful for patience, accountability, and knowing that your mind is very powerful, and knowing you is very powerful as well. So again, everything ties right back into self-love, because when you loving yourself, you just not gonna let shit happen. I'm telling you, man. Not saying you don't love yourself right now, It's just that self-love. You catching the gaslighting. You catching the manipulation that tries to happen. You know, and you cutting it right off when you see it, when you feel it. Your intuitive thoughts will definitely, give you flags. And listen, we are human. We get those flags, and we choose to. Okay, okay. We choose to ignore those flags, and it's okay. This whole life session is a lesson. It's a blessing. It's it's meant to be a learning phase throughout the whole life. Seriously. It's meant for growing, it's meant for healing, learning and experiencing it. So, okay. Okay. But yeah, just it really just goes back to the self-love and loving on yourself, hugging on yourself, and understanding that that reverse psychology shit is out the window. People need to grow the fuck up. It's really sad. No, I'm just rambling at this point because that was the end of the podcast. But the reverse psychology and people who manipulate other people and gaslight, I really pray for their healing. I pray for their growth. Cause what are you gaining from that? What are you gaining from that? Because if you have to manipulate someone else's life, that just shows you don't have control over your own life, your own story. Because you would sit and brainstorm, Lord knows how many years, hours, minutes, seconds, months, I don't care. How long you had to sit and think about doing the unhealed things. I'm gonna have to stop saying stupid shit. But the unhealed things in your mind to project or put onto someone else is crazy to me. And if you one of those people, go heal that shit, man. Go heal that shit. The best therapist is God, I'm telling you. The best therapist is God. The best person to vent to is God. Okay? So, that's the end of this podcast. Again, clock that T. Okay? Can't believe I'm saying that shit. That's funny. Clock that T. And notice when the gaslighting is happening and pick up on the signs, like I said, the being dismissive and listening and not acknowledging your feelings and projecting or blaming you for things that they have done. You gotta really, like I said, use your discernment and at all times pray about it. Pray about it. So yeah, that wraps up this episode, man. I'm gonna go ahead and end this one. We at 18 minutes. Beautiful. And thank you for tuning in. This podcast is about self-love, healing, and growing overall, learning from your past mistakes, your present mistakes, and any worries that you thinking about in the future. Let it go. Let go. Let God. And I pray that power on the P. I pray that you all are having a very beautiful Thursday. I have to think about it. I keep wanting to see while I'm doing a video. So yeah, that's the end of the episode. But I'm doing. I, I was I was trying to close the video out. You didn't want me to close it out? Okay. Um. So yeah, that's the end of the video, man. Y'all have a beautiful Thursday. Shout out to the train, man. Shout out to the train. Shout out to y'all for anyone who's viewing. Come on, man. This growing journey, this healing journey. Ain't no judgment over here. We all can learn something from each other. I appreciate it. I love you. And I will see y'all tomorrow because I have another episode I'm gonna do tomorrow. We're gonna keep this shit rolling for this week. And yeah. All right, man, get up off my screen.